Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today I've got Gameweek 35 of the Championship review for you, and as you probably already know, this one's going to be quite a short video as there were only 6 matches in the Championship out of the 12 this week because, well, I think all of us in the UK know why. The weather, yes, and the snow and the ice ended up postponing, I think, 6 games in total, and some of them were postponed a couple of days before. So yeah, I'll be talking about the games that did happen though, as there were some pretty big ones actually, and some interesting results. So having a look at our results then, Middlesbrough beat Leeds 3-0 on the Friday. It was well done to those at Borough for getting that game on. Aston Villa against QPR was postponed on the Saturday. Barnes against Norwich, that was postponed the day before. Bolton and Preston, 3-1 to Preston, a decent game there, a local derby as well. Brentford and Cardiff, that was postponed. Bristol City hammered Sheffield Wednesday 4-0. Derby lost at home to Fulham. Ipswich and Hull was postponed. Mill drew to Sunderland. Forest beat Birmingham, and the other 2 games, Sheffield United against Burton, that was postponed I think on the Thursday, and Wolves against Reading, that was postponed on the Saturday. So yeah, disappointing for those teams, but I think they're going to be replayed in a couple of weeks. I think we are running out of game weeks now, so most of these games are going to have to be played in midweek. But yeah, let's analyse those results. Start on the Friday night then. Borough beat Leeds at 3-0. That initially lifted them into the playoffs, but they slipped back out because of Bristol City the day after. So yeah, good win for them, and a hat-trick for Patrick Bamford. So I mean, I watched him at Norwich and I don't think he scored any goals at all for us, but yeah, great result that for Borough on a decent run at the moment. 3 wins in 5 for them, not losing too many games either. They travel to struggling Birmingham next, whereas Leeds, they got their first win under the new manager last week, and a tough game for them next as they host Wolves. A local derby then, and Preston came out on top with Sean Maguire scoring 2 goals on his return from injury. Bolton initially took the lead in the first half through Beavers, but Preston fought back well in the second half, staged a good comeback, and sealed their first win, I think, in 6 games. 9th they remain, but pretty close to the playoff places. Bristol City at home for the next should be a decent game, and Bolton, big game for them as well. They travel to Reading. Bristol City picked up an important win for them, 2 wins in 10 for them, but good for them to get a result here and move back into the playoffs. So Bobby Reid hat-trick, and Brownhill sealing them a 4-0 victory against Sheffield Wednesday, who have struggled both under Carvajal and when they sacked him as well. They got a win against Derby a few games ago, but they lost 3 since then. So just a few more points for them required just to make sure they ease their fears of going down. I mean, it's quite sad to see what's happened to them, because last season they, if you remember, they made the playoff semi-finals and lost to Huddersfield. But I don't know what's happened this season for them, but hope it all gets back on track for them soon. Home to Ipswich for Sheffield Wednesday next, whereas Bristol City travel to Preston. A big game at the top of the table, resulting in these 2 teams switching places. Fulham beat Derby. That was Derby's first home defeat for a long time, I think, and it continued Fulham's remarkable run. I think they are 13 games unbeaten, and they've won 10 of those games. So yeah, that's remarkable, really. Mitrovic and Sessegnon getting on Ryan Sessegnon, the 17-year-old, one kid getting on the score sheet yet again. I think that's 14 goals now for him in the Championship alone. As for Derby, then, 5 games without a win for them. Travel to QPR next. Still firmly in the automatic promotion picture, but just got to get their season back on track if they are to try and finish second. But yeah, comfortably in the playoffs, both of these teams. 2-1 to Fulham, it finished. In form, Mill drew 1-1 at home to Sunderland. Oviedo opening the scoring for Sunderland with that fantastic goal. That's got my goal of the week. Great strike, left-footed strike into the top corner from outside the box. Although Sunderland do remain rooted to the bottom of the table, Mill's fabulous run of form keeps going. I think they're nearly 10 unbeaten now, so if they can keep that going, there's no reason why they can't challenge for the playoffs. Up to 11th for them. Holloway next for Mill, and Aston Villa at home for Sunderland. Final game then, Nottingham Forest beat Birmingham, who have lost 5 in a row now, 2-1. Lolly and Cash for Forest, and Morrison just a consolation for Birmingham. Steve Cottrell was sacked after this game, so I'm not sure if anyone can save Birmingham. I mean, their club really is in disarray at the moment, both on and off the pitch. I mean, they sacked Gary Rowett last December, and has a good thing happened to them since? I don't really know, but yeah, hopefully for them they can turn it around. Tough game for them though next, Borough at home, whereas Forest on a good run of form now. 4 games without a win and 2 wins in a row. Travel to Norwich. Looking at our summary then, the result of the game week I've given to Fulham, beating Derby away from home, causing their first home defeat for a while. Most important victory, Preston I've given it to, as Preston, I think that was their first win in 6 games, and it was a local derby as well, so definitely good for them. Goal of the game week, like I said before, Oviedo, great strike from outside the box for Sunderland, earning them a point at Mill. My predictions then, 3 correct results. No correct scores, but yeah, 3 correct results out of 6 isn't too bad in this context. Promotion, yep, sticking with Wolves. And relegation, I finally put someone. I just think Birmingham, I don't see how they can turn it around, just the situation their club's in, the form on the pitch. And yeah, but you never know what can happen in football. But yeah, there's a summary. Having a look at the table then, and not much movement, of course, as expected, just with 12 teams playing. But yeah, the main one in the top half, Fulham switching places with Derby, going up to 4th, and Derby slipping down to 5th. As for the playoffs, Bristol City back into them. Middlesbrough are close now, but Sheffield United, of course, got that game in hand. So they have the chance, if they win that, to get back in there themselves. As for the bottom of the table, pretty much no change at all there. Birmingham, Burton and Sunderland still remain in the bottom 3, but you say possibly Burton could get out of it. As for Sunderland and Birmingham, I'm really not too sure. But like I said before, a couple of results. I mean, 6 points for any of those teams down the bottom, and they could easily get out. But of course, you got to wonder, where are those 6 points going to come from? Our next game week is just around the corner then, taking place over tomorrow and Wednesday. So we've got Birmingham against Borough, Burton against Brentford, Cardiff against Barnsley, Fulham against Sheffield United, should be a decent game. Hull against Millwall, Norwich against Forest, Preston play Bristol City, should be another good game there. QPR against Derby, Sheffield Wednesday against Ipswich, Sunderland against Villa, Reading against Bolton, and on the Wednesday, Leeds taking on Wolves. So yes, another big game week for all the teams, especially at the top and the bottom. As for the mid-table at the moment, teams like Norwich, I'm not really sure if any of these games are going to mean much. But of course, every team needs to win each game. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Thanks for watching, as usual, guys. Apologies, it's not really my fault. There was only 6 results this week, but I will have a Game Week 36 review. Hopefully, should get it out Wednesday night if I can make the video by then, but if not, it will be on the Thursday sometimes. Thanks for sticking with me at the moment. I'm say these videos are perfect for keeping me up to date with what's going on in the league. Let me know what your predictions are for the season. I'd love to hear them. I think Wolves are going to go up at the moment, and Birmingham are going to go down, but otherwise, I think anything could happen. But yeah, thanks again for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.